Okay, howdy everyone. We're back for the marketplace tutorial. So this one's going to be pretty sweet. It builds off of the fungible token contract as well as the non-fungible token contracts that we built in the last couple of videos. So if you haven't seen those, definitely do go back and walk through those, because we're not really going to spin through these contracts because that would be boring for those who have already seen them. So make sure that you understand how to build a fungible token as well as a non-fungible token, because we're going to be building off of those contracts to build our marketplace. As well, this is a pretty big tutorial. It's actually a two-parter. So there's a quick setup as well as the actual marketplace tutorial itself. The quick setup just basically takes you through deploying the fungible and non-fungible token contracts, and then getting the accounts set up to use them. And then the marketplace tutorial actually picks up on account 3 here at this marketplace step. So we're just gonna blast through just for the sake of, sorry, I'm just gonna close this thing out because it's making noises and I don't want to hear them right now. But we're just gonna blast through like the setup stuff pretty quickly on stream, because it's basically just echoing things that we've done in the last couple of videos. So to get started, we're just gonna deploy our fungible token contracts and our non-fungible token contract. And then a transaction 1, we're not going to use that. We're not going to use that. These both use our marketplace contract, so we don't have that technically deployed yet. So those are not set up transactions. So we're going to start with transaction 3. So this is going to set up account 1 with a vault and create an empty, or it's going to create a reference to the vault as well as creating an empty NFT collection. And we'll create a reference to that as well. So when we run this, we'll run it with account 1. It's basically just using the two contracts that we deployed to set the accounts up. So this one will set up account 2, adds an empty vault, and mints an NFT with the ID of 1 that is deposited into account 1's NFT collection. So this is the account where we actually have the non-fungible token contract deployed to. That's why we're minting it from here. Yeah, we won't bother looking through all that stuff. We'll just stick with the marketplace contract today. So we've created our vault for account 2. We've also minted a new NFT and placed it in account 1's NFT collection. Account 2 already has an NFT collection because it was created when we deployed the contract. So this one's just going to mint some fungible tokens for both accounts, and this one's going to use account 1 because account 1 has the minter for the fungible tokens. So we'll mint 10 tokens for account 1, 20 tokens for account 2. And then we should be able to just run this check setup script and make sure that the accounts have the right balances, so that's good. Otherwise, I sort of freaked out and told us we had the wrong balances. So we're all set. Everything else that we're going to run uses the marketplace contract. So let's get to the marketplace contract. I apologize, I'm going to take a few breaks here. I've got a nasty canker sore in my mouth. It hurts. So I apologize if I sound like I'm chewing on my tongue for half of the video, but I'm basically chewing on my tongue. So we're going to import our fungible token contract and our non-fungible token contract, and this is where we actually set up our marketplace. So the cool thing about this is it's composable. So this is actually using like it's building off of other contracts. So we're gonna see any resource being used here, just to make it flexible enough to use any fungible token or any non-fungible token contract that you want to use with this marketplace. So in the case of existing tokens, it would be the difference of saying using Ether or using basic attention token or something like that in place. So we're going to create a public contract for marketplace. We're going to set up some events. So we have an event for putting a token for sale. We're going to show the token ID as well as the price that it's listed at. We'll have an event for when we change the price of a token, so the token ID and the new price. We'll have an event for when a token is purchased, again the token ID and the price or the purchase price. And then we'll also have an event for if a token is withdrawn from the sale and which token that is. We're going to create a sale public interface, and that's going to expose the purchase method, the ID price method, so it'll return a price for a given token ID, and it'll also return the IDs array. Sorry, the get IDs method will return the ID array of IDs in the sale collection. And we'll create a sale collection resource using our sale public interface. In that resource, we're going to create a for sale resource dictionary, and those are just going to be listed by token ID as well as the token itself. Sorry, so that token is going to be mapped to its token ID. Next, we'll have a dictionary of prices. So each token ID will just have a price associated to it. We'll have an owner vault. So this will only be accessed by the account that stores this contract, that stores this resource. And the owner vault will store a reference to any fungible token receiver that's passed in here. So when we create the sale collection, we also have a vault. And that's where we store this owner vault, or that's where we pass this owner vault to and store it. And then we just create an empty for sale dictionary, as well as an empty prices dictionary. Again, this is a resource dictionary, so we use our move operator. And then the sale collection has a withdraw method, so this allows us to withdraw a token from the sale collection. We pass in the token ID, we remove it from the dictionary. Here we're doing our move operator again, so we're passing in our ID and removing the price from the prices dictionary, and then down here we're actually moving the token from the sale for sale dictionary. So we pass in our ID, we move this out here, we return the token, and if we don't have a token in there, then we just panic, revert the transaction, and in here we'd see a log message saying that we're missing the NFT that we're trying to withdraw. So for list for sale, we're passing in an actual token as well as a price, and we're just going to get the token ID from the token we passed in there. We're going to use it here to set the key for the prices dictionary, and then we're going to set the price for it. Then we're going to pass the token into our for sale dictionary using the ID as a key again. If there was a token there, we'd move it out and destroy it. That's just the way that we handle resources, to make sure that there's nothing hanging out in cyberspace. And then we emit our for sale event. So this you'll see pretty commonly when you're passing in a token. You'll pull off the ID here so that you can use it later in an event or as a dictionary key. Change price, we're going to pass in a token ID as well as a price. This will look for our token ID in the prices dictionary and set the new price, as well as firing off our event for price changed. Purchase, we're going to pass in our token ID. We're also going to pass in our NFT receiver for our recipient, and the buy tokens. So this is the actual vault containing the tokens to purchase the NFT. So we have a precondition in here, or a couple of them. So we make sure that there is a token for sale with that ID, and we also make sure that there is a price set for that token. Otherwise, we're going to say there's no token matching the ID. Also, we're going to make sure that the actual balance of the tokens passed into buy is greater than or equal to the price of the token, or 0 if it doesn't exist. But alright, we're gonna carry on. So then we're going to set the price we're going to get the price from the prices dictionary. We're going to set the price to nil. And yeah, so we're storing this price to use it later. Then we set it to nil afterwards. We deposit our buy tokens into our owner vault, which is the vault that we set when we created the sale collection. Then we are going to deposit the actual token into the recipient's NFT collection and fire off our event saying which token was purchased and for which price. And then next we'll have an ID price method. So this is the one where we pass in the token ID and it just returns the price for that token if it exists, otherwise it'll return nil. And then get IDs. This is the method that returns an ID or an array of all the token IDs in the for sale collection, the for sale dictionary. And then down here is another one of our super risky destroy methods. So in this case, if we destroyed the sale collection, it would destroy all the tokens in the for sale dictionary. Again, in the wild, you'd probably want a little safer of a method. This would probably send those tokens somewhere before destroying that resource dictionary. And then otherwise, we just have a sale or create sale collection method, which takes in our owner vault and returns a new sale collection. So pretty similar to creating an empty vault or an empty NFT collection. The only difference here is we're actually passing in a fungible token receiver. So basically a vault receiver, and that's just a way for us to set a path for those fungible tokens that the tokens used to purchase the NFT have some place to go, and that place to go would be the owner vault. So that's just a reference to that vault, and that way when those tokens are actually, or when those NFTs are actually purchased, the tokens are sent just directly to the owner vault. No crazy third party or waiting period in between. So pretty cool. It's actually crazy how powerful this little contract is, considering it's not any more intimidating than the NFT or fungible token contracts that we wrote. Lengthwise and even method wise, they're pretty similar. So we're going to deploy that and actually put this marketplace to use. So let me just see what our scripts are here. So that we're going to check our sales with. So we'll go back into transaction 1, because these are the transactions that actually use the marketplace now. So let's clear this. So this is going to set up a sale collection for account 1. It's going to list account 1's NFT for sale. It's going to put that sale collection in account 1's storage, and then it's going to create a public capability to that sale collection so that others can actually buy the token. So let's take a quick look at the actual code here. So here's our prepare method. We're passing in our signer. From our signer, we're going to borrow their fungible token receiver from their main vault. We're going to borrow a reference to the actual resource that's just stored in the main vault. We're going to create a new sale collection using this receiver and store it in a local or in a variable called sale. We're going to borrow a reference to the NFT collection from account 1's storage, and we're going to withdraw token ID 1 from that collection. Then we're going to pass that token into the sale collection's list for sale method with a price of 10 fungible tokens. We're going to store that at the NFT sale path in account storage for the signer. So you can see we're using our move methods here to actually move our resources around. Our sale collection is a resource. And we're going to link a public capability to the sale public interface on that sale collection. And we're going to store that capability at the public domain at the NFT sale path. So that'll just allow other accounts to look at what we have for sale, as well as purchasing if they like what they see. So once we run this, we'll see this little happy little message. So we've created our sale for account 1 and we're selling 1 NFT for 10 tokens. We could just look in the storage area, but we have this handy little script here to run, so we'll just confirm that we have a token for sale for account 1. So this is just getting the account, public object. It's borrowing the capability that we just created for our NFT sale, and just checking to see which tokens are in this sale. So this is our get IDs return, or get IDs response. So that's just showing us an array with one ID in it, and then it's getting the price for token 1 directly. So it's returning our 10 fungible tokens price there. So that's setting up. So now we have our sale, we have our token listed for sale, but let's actually purchase one. So I'm just changing our signer to account 2 because account 2 is going to be the one purchasing this token. So this one actually looks at the public account object for account 1 and purchases token 1 from that sale collection. So we'll just take a quick look at the actual contract, or at the actual transaction. So declaring a collection reference. So this is just a reference. See, again, we're using any resource here. You'll see me write that like that. Oops. Same though. But yeah, so we're using any resource, grabbing the NFT receiver interface on it. And we're declaring a temporary vault. That'll be an actual fungible token vault resource. And then we're borrowing the NFT receiver interface, or borrowing a reference to our NFT receiver interface from the NFT collection path and storage. Sorry, I'm losing my marbles here. We're going to borrow a reference to the actual fungible token vault stored in the main vault path, and we're going to withdraw 10 tokens from that into our temporary vault. And this is what we're going to use to actually buy the token, to buy the NFT in account 1's storage. And then here's where we're actually getting account 1's public account object. We're checking for our NFT sale capability and borrowing a reference to it. And then right here, we're using that to purchase token 1, passing in our recipient's collection reference. So this is where we're actually going to send our NFT once we're done purchasing it, account 2's NFT collection. And then our buy token. So this is the temporary vault that we created here with our 10 tokens in it. So when we run this, the token will have moved from account 1's sale collection and into account 2's NFT collection. So now we should be able to run one more check to make sure that the balances are correct. And there we go. So account 1 now has 10 more tokens than it originally did. And account 2 now has the NFT that was originally in account 1's NFT collection, then sale collection, and now account 2's NFT collection. And there are no NFTs left for sale in account 1. So again, that was a pretty quick burn through it, but that's the basics of it. It's just really yet another special NFT collection that lives in, like, I think the coolest part about this, and I didn't really mention it, was that the sale collection actually lives in like your account. So when you put a token up for sale, as opposed to like putting it on the shelf at some market somewhere and hoping nobody steals it and that somebody buys it, these tokens just live in your flow account. They just move from your NFT collection into your sale collection and only leave your account if someone actually buys them. So that's really cool. It's, you know, similar to other NFT marketplaces that work right now, and it's obviously very basic, but super fun to play around with. And I think it's really nice to see kind of a transactional element between, you know, two accounts in the playground. It's actually really cool to watch those fungible tokens move from account 2 to account 1, and then watch that NFT move back from account 1 to account 2. So fun to play with. This is the one that really got me thinking about things like auctions. I actually built an auction system based on the marketplace tutorial, so you can definitely get a lot more crazy than just having a basic marketplace. But this is really good functionality to know, especially if you're building like a game or some sort of website that's hosting a bunch of either your own or, you know, maybe a curated collection of things. It's nice to be able to build your own marketplaces and, you know, kind of work your own things into them. As well, like the composable nature of these contracts means that you could look at somebody else's marketplace contract that you really like, and then just kind of start adding little features to that. So instead of having to build a fully featured marketplace yourself, you're just really kind of building a layer 2 or an upgrade on top of something that somebody else has already built. And that's essentially the ethos of the community that we're building here. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that got your creative juices flowing. And it looks like the next tutorial that we're going to run through is going to be composable resources. So kitty hats, so basically adding resources to other resources, so like letting resources own other resources, which is pretty cool. I am going to be building a hockey game, so this has kind of started to get me thinking about, you know, going beyond just say having players, but, you know, players with gear, and that gear having special abilities. You can then create kind of rarity, you know, much like a lot of other current games where you have, you know, various different classes and rarity of items. Those items are going to have kind of buffs and debuffs. So kind of a cool, fun one to get into next time. I'm gonna again try to stick to the Tuesdays and Thursdays thing. I kind of fell off there last week, so we're going to look at Thursday around 3 o'clock PST for the kitty hats demo, and then we'll get to the voting one next week, and then we should be off into some actual projects. So getting outside of tutorial world and just building some contracts that actually do stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, so super quick one. These streams are getting shorter and shorter. But yeah, thanks for joining. Hope you got something out of this one, and we'll see you again next week. Or sorry, we'll see you again on Thursday.